What's up, world? So today I want to talk about something a little bit different. This is about if you get some codes on your VCDS P2006, 007, what it might mean. So here's showing you a little bit about what the scan tool picked up on those codes, and basically it's trying to tell you that you may have a stuck intake flap, or intake flap actuator may be faulty. So an intake flap actuator is basically just a diaphragm that actuates off of vacuum, of engine vacuum. And when it actuates, it kind of just moves a lever which actuates your intake flaps. So now that you know what it is, you probably want to know where it is now. So if you have a supercharged car, you got to remove the supercharger. If you have just a NA car, you're just going to take off the intake manifold. So it's basically going to be right underneath the supercharger intake manifold, and these little round deals here at the bottom of the screen. So another thing I would like to note, during your troubleshooting, there are some vacuum lines that connect to these actuators. So you want to make sure that you inspect each of those lines carefully, looking for any sign of leakage, like anything looks like a hole or defect. So you can also test the solenoid valve that connects to the vacuum lines. In my case, the solenoid valve was not my problem. Alright, so to fix this, the first thing you have to do is remove the two screws from the position sensor. And then from there, you have to disengage the ball socket, and that will remove it. I do apologize that I don't have much of any of this captured on video, but I assure you it's pretty simple. Also, to remove the supercharger on 3.0 T cars, FCP Euro has plenty of videos on how to do that for different reasons, and I could even include one in the description if necessary. Alright, so let's take a minute to talk about where to get the part from. So on one side, which is the passenger side, the part was easy to get from Parts Geek. I can show you the part number, and here's also a picture of the part when it came in. No problem. It was about $69 plus tax and shipping. On the other hand, the driver side, it was a much bigger issue. I could not find the correct part. Parts Geek had it on back order, so I was forced to purchase the entire assembly, which includes a fuel rail and other things that you don't need. That brought my total just for that part alone to $759.38, not including the frustration of looking through every single website and even calling dealerships to try and find that exact part. So what I found out is that Audi would not sell you that part alone, like at all, at any reason. You could only get the assembly. Alright, so I want to wrap up this video by talking about a few things. Number one, if you get those codes, the first thing you should do is check for vacuum leaks. The second thing you should do is check your solenoids. If the solenoid is good and the vacuum leaks are not found, then you may have an issue with those actuators. Once you get to the actuators, you can test them. The one I had, when it failed in a way where you could actually physically feel that it was broken. So going back to the codes, the reason why you get codes on both sides is because, in my case, the diaphragm failed and it caused a vacuum leak. So once you get a vacuum leak, if one side is broken, the other side is broken. So in my case, I only actually had one of these to fail. So I bought both sides. Unfortunately for me, the side that actually failed was the side that was the most expensive. The cheaper one, I bought it anyway just because the difficulty of removing the supercharger. I didn't want to take any chances, so I actually saved the one that was not damaged. I still have it, but the one that actually failed on me, I still have it also, and you can actually feel it kind of clunking. So the reason why the code was on both sides is because it actually had a hole in the diaphragm, and it was totally blown. Also, so the best way to test one of these actuators is to hook it up to a vacuum pump or something like that and just pull a vacuum on it and watch for your response. And if it does not respond correctly or makes a strange noise, then it is faulty. Again, I apologize for most of this video being with pictures and discussion. Hopefully it still helps. I made this video about a year after the incident, and I did not record a lot of it because it was such an intensive process of getting this thing out for me that I didn't even feel like recording video, and I had no one there to do it for me. So I'm trying to do my best to explain what happened. I appreciate any questions or comments you may have. I will respond to them quickly. Also, on how to remove the supercharger, FCP Euro had a video on carbon cleaning. So if you pull up that video on YouTube, you can watch that. It gives you all the detail on how to actually remove the supercharger, remove the fuel lines, remove the actual manifolds. Like this all out there on the internet. There's no point in me making another video for that. And they did a really good job with it. So I'm going to post those links of everything that I can remember and find, and hopefully if you get this scenario, you don't have a job as hard as mine was, but maybe you do, and this video can help you out. So thanks for watching, and like, subscribe, share. Thanks.